What's this? What is it? Living yet not breathing, but breathing all the same. Standing, never sitting, can you guess? Trunk, sap, bough, limb, branch, twig, leaf, stretching, reaching out to a boundless sky. As above, so below, roots deep diving into the lower realms. Watching, waiting, great-grandmother oak, standing, waiting, sensing, feeling for this a special day. They are coming. Can you feel it? 2 young visitors will come by night, but wait, we must go back, we must go back, we must. 900 years, when its growth began. A slow growth, not that of a person, not that of a mountain, but that of a tree. Ah, how time moves differently for a tree, and this tree has a story too, and this tree has a journey. And so, to begin, with its own great decrepit mother, ancient and wise, resolute, redoubtable, but frail and weakening before the fateful storm, the winter storm that blew her down as she cast her last fresh green acorn brood into the ancient wood, last sons and daughters given to the black soil, soil built from 10,000 years of leaf-fall, twig-fall, limb and branch and trunk and root to make a fertile bed for the last 1,000 green-brown smooth perfections springing from their rustic acorn cups. Acorns to write their oaken story, acorns through flood and freeze, acorn as prey to all that trod, slid, crawled across the living forest floor, acorns waiting, watching, as bears, birds, badgers, squirrels, and wild pigs in processions of grunts, squeaks, growls, and howls, and whispers of passing fairy folk who witnessed one such ravenous beast, male pig of such gargantuan size and hunger that the acorn, one of many, swallowed whole by its scooping, chunking, sucking, squishing, tusked and toothed great gobbling mouth, passed down its throat, slipping on silky saliva, down, digestive tract, emerging perfectly packaged poop parcel to fertilize it where it dropped, in a chance half-dug hole where keen rabbit claws had 10 years to that day when digging and diving a new whole home met mass of stubborn stone. And the hole was left next to Gimble Grey, a place where pilgrims came to play and sip and bathe in the sacred spring waters of long life that seeped deep beneath that rabbit half-dug hole. And in the small wood where the tiny acorn sat a long time ago, the acorn overwintered, germinating moist and cold, rain, snow and ice thaw, spring sprung, shell split, tap, root drop, pushed down, finding darkness and sustenance to drive 2 new baby leader leaves pushing fresh and green beneath protective bramble thorn. Up and slowly up, save from hungry teeth and tongues, the leaders came, deep dug the single root and long it drank, building strength. Then at their centre sprang the ginger green of the first 2 true oak leaves, softer than a baby's newborn skin, clean as a breath of Arctic wind, sipping gently, slipping gently over the sweetest soft spring sun and distant possibilities that one day this tiny green shoot might grow to be the thing it might become, a monumental great-grandmother oak of its own, just like its mother, but unlike any other, wide as a house, tall as a hill, a home to creatures of every possible shape and size, at the centre of a vast wood that grew up around it, a wood that linked with other woods until the woods became a full forest, and the forest brought magic, for magic they bring, like attracts like, magic is transformation, and there came a tree. A joyful, hungry young oak tree, drinking from the sacred spring, climbing up and out and on, singing to the rain, dancing with the wind, flowing, flourishing, sap pushing trunk, bough and limb, ever upwards to the wild, shrieking sun, growing ever thicker on the sacred seasons' wheel. Spring, winter, summer, autumn, solstice, equinox, quarter days, sailing, sailing around the sun, spinning on this planet ball, sailing, sailing, year upon year upon year upon year, sailing around the fiery sun, 100, 200, too old to be human, yet still a child to its kind, 300, 400, finding its strength, growing in girth, reaching, now reaching, shifting, transforming, growing and looking and feeling and knowing, not knowing, 500, 600, heart fully formed, limbs stretched out in the slowest of dances, 700, 800, 900 years, standing like a fortress, vast trunk moving up to a giant oak, knuckles split into 2 trunks and 9 mighty oak boughs of green, grey, brown. Further up its climbing, confusion of limbs and branches heading in every direction became a maze of vaults and twists and spirals and gestures, ending in thick bunches of deep battle green leaves, leaves crowded into colonies and colonies, into great, slowly rocking mounds, swaying gently in the late summer breeze. A universe, a home to all things, from the great to the small, to the bees, to the birds, to the flowers, and there, at the height of its powers, at the peak of its pinnacle, at that very moment, in its great center opened a chamber, 2 meters wide, 2 meters high, a rough-hewn oaken room, sweet smelling and woody, walls lined with moss, floor soft with leaves, busy spiders, bees buzzing gently, and there in that oaken chamber came babies, 2 bouncing babies, gurgling arms and legs, moving, reaching and grabbing at things that only babies can see, wrapped in great dock leaves soft with owl feathers, babies, identical twins, left in the night, in the darkest of night. What will become of them? Where did they come from? Who was it left them? Who will they be? How will they live? And what will they see? These infant visitors, 2 baby girls, oaken stepdaughters. The great-grandmother oak did not contemplate any of these things. She merely looked inward and said, Just what have we here?